Joining me now in studio are guests, Republican political strategist Tab Berg and Democratic political strategist Steve Maviglio. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. And I want to start with the Senate race. This is the race to fill the seat of the late Dianne Feinstein. There are 27 candidates filing for this race. It's on the ballot twice. What are your guys' thoughts on if this will be a battle between two Democrats or if a Republican will squeeze in? Let's start with you, Steve.
Well, we have a unique system here in California, the top two. And Adam Schiff, who is the leading Democrat, has played this to his favor to try to elevate Steve Garvey, the Republican, so he can face him in November and have an easy win. He spent millions of dollars on ads saying Garvey is a Trump clone, and that does Steve Garvey a lot of good among Republicans, and it also elevates Schiff, who is the anti-Trump.
And Tab, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, we've seen these kind of games played in the past by politicians, and Shifty is playing the same political game he's played in previous races. So there's a very good chance in a low turnout election that this strategy could work. But oftentimes, these are the kind of issues that come back to bite you.
Now, gentlemen, what do you think about the expected and projected low voter turnout for this primary election impacting the Senate race? Steve, your thoughts?
Well, the voting bloc that's voted so far is heavily white, it's older, it's wealthier, more Republican. Those things will help elevate Garvey. The latest poll showed him actually on top and Schiff in second. Katie Porter is the other Democrat that has a fighting chance for this other product, and Barbara Lee is still running too. So I think it'll skew more Republican, which should help Garvey, and hopefully it'll be a Schiff-Garvey finish, but perhaps the other way around.
And Tab, your thoughts?
Well, it is. I mean, the legislature keeps tinkering with elections, trying to make some kind of a benefit to boost turnout. And every single time they've done it, it's actually driven down turnout and made the voters feel like they're less engaged in the process. So it's another mistake by the legislature that's driving down turnout. And it is absolutely going to benefit the most conservative or the most extreme left candidates.
So let's talk about the U.S. House and the balance of power. Will California voters have a chance to tip things and change the balance of power in this race at this time?
I think so. There's 435 seats in the House. Only 22 of those are really competitive seats. 5 or 6 of those are in California. So for Democrats, the road to win back the majority is in California. We have to do very well in all those seats to take back the House.
And your thoughts, Ted?
Well, they're going to struggle a lot with the President Biden at the top of the ticket and the absolute frustration by voters with the economy, with the border. And the Democrats are going to come back, it's going to come back to bite them. They're setting up this top two process because in the 47th district, you have a really good shot at having only 2 Republicans running. And that would be enough to certainly flip that seat.
So let's expand on that. Are there any incumbents that you think may be at risk?
I mean, the open seats are the ones you're going to really focus on, but clearly there's going to be a big push in the San Joaquin Valley and the Central Valley seat. But I believe that we'll hold on to that seat. So I really don't think that there's going to be anything that switches from a sitting incumbent, but the Democrats are going to lose the open Porter seat.
And your thoughts, Steve, on
No,
that?
I don't think so. Most of these are in the Valley. They're very competitive. The Latino vote is increasing there in the Valley. The top 2 actually was a Republican idea put forward by Schwarzenegger and Senator Maldonado. But games are being played by both parties on this. And there's a chance in some of these seats that voters will have a choice between 2 Republicans rather than a Democrat and Republican, and vice versa. So who knows? Depends on the turnout.
Let's talk more about voter turnout and what can we expect with this election. Have candidates done all that they need to do at this point, and as we look ahead to November? Steve?
Yeah. Well, it's unique now that everybody gets a ballot at home, and it's not an election day anymore. It's an election month. And that really shifts the way that campaigns work. We have to focus for 30 days rather than focusing on a week or focusing on a day. So the money is spread over all those mailers you got have been coming right at you for a month now, or people are sick of it. And I think somehow that the press is turning a little about. People get turned off when they're overwhelmed by this.
Tab, your thoughts?
Well, I think it's absolute. I mean, we've taken away the civic pride of election night and the training over generations of people having to go out and do their civic duty. And now it's like filling out your tax forms. And that's really taken away the magic of the election night for a lot of candidates as well as for a lot of voters.
All right. Thank you both, gentlemen, for being here live on set with us on primary election day. We'll talk more with you tonight at 6. Thank you.